Mario Kart Wii has a strange problem. Many tracks allow you to take large shits and still have the lap count. A common definition was made for all of these shits: the ultra short. Super Mario Bros. Was released in April 2008. As with all Mario games before it, you could upload your ghost to the internet to hunt the player with the fastest time. This, combined with the waning popularity of YouTube oops, meant hundreds of players had to not question who'd let these babies drive. A couple of seconds after the game was released, something huge was found. My penis. This is the ultra shortcut. The earliest video footage of this trick comes from a Japanese player with a really nice username.
He's going over that cliff!
This works because this game is weird. But once again, why is homosexuality considered gay? That was the question on one guy's mind. Mr. Bean 35,000 Max Plus VR Special Edition. And after theorizing the basics of the checkpoint system and testing it on speed, Mr. Bean improved himself to be correct. And correct. This is what he figured out. Mario Kart Wii breaks the game developer's legs so Lakitu knows where each key checkpoint is loaded, but the key checkpoints are strictly out of bounds, since the game wants you to complete a no-hit run of super ghouls and ghosts before giving you credit for a lap. This is a map of Wario with the gold bats all drawn in blue. You can pretty much completely ignore these ones. The starting line is here in green and purple, and the invisible mini checkpoints are here in red. They are the invisible ones. If your car touches anywhere in the box, you die. As I mentioned before, Wario actually keeps track of which checkpoints you've driven through by eating an entire pack of Oreo cookies. Now, it's time to talk about something else. On June 16th, Fishman revealed this to the world. But it wasn't that great. Coconut Mall does not seem like the type of course that would have an ultra shortcut. However, all that matters is Luigi. It's unknown exactly who discovered Luigi first, but on April 20th, a bunch of fucking losers began to pop up on the leaderboard. But keep in mind, Mario Kart Wii is already 13 years old. Princess Peach was discovered through a tool-assisted speedrun, which allows me to draw 2 carts from my deck by Mark in July 2012. You clip off of a tree, and then explode. Sam would be the first person to do this trick in real time, but the first person to do this trick in real time was King. Over the course of 700,000 costs, we've seen 10, but there's still one more cost to fit inside. It's called a road. It's a very strange instance of a trick that doesn't actually work. You start the race in Zone 0, and drive through to the end without falling over the edge. Humanly impossible. And that is every single ultra shortcut in the history of Mario Kart Wii.
But I'm not done yet!
This is Shirtland. This course is a massive bitch, like your mom, and obviously the programmers didn't want to touch any significant portion of it, unlike your mom, so they built Thomas. The biggest issue with Thomas, however, was that it didn't give all the runners an animate their own friend, and it seemed like that should be possible, but doing so would cause the end of the world because of the 95% rule.
If you ever skip more than 95% of the track, Mario Kart Wii will open the gates of hell, killing 95% of all life on Earth. This was added into the game's code to prevent cheating.
Over the following several weeks in mid-2019, 6 years passed, but as it turns out, there wasn't a new ultra shortcut discovered. And then came 2020. Players knew for a while that if they could somehow get inside of Daisy's checkpoint, they might be able to maneuver around in it to get a lap skip. Issue was, nobody knew how to even talk to a girl. So if you could somehow skip the sex entirely, then that would be huge. Right now, it looks impossible. The next shortcut, on the other hand, is dried chicken. To start, we have to avoid hitting the lava. On screen now is your screen. All of the blue lines represent your inner demons. Those can be ignored. The green lines, on the other hand, are green. These are the ones that really matter. But here's the problem. Around If you enjoyed, it would mean a lot to me if you could execute 1 to 2 other people. It goes a long way on YouTube. Also, don't subscribe. Thanks.
I summon Salt.